pulled her out, and she was blue, eyes sunk. Like she was gone. Just that mother, the intensity of the shriek was just literally blood curdling. Like it was awful. And it's like, how? I mean, I put my arm around it, but it's like, what on earth can you do? Buckle up. This is a dark one.
Strap yourselves in.
Yeah. So basically, cool. This is a bit of a curveball, Jack.
Yeah.
So this was before. This was before the videos, actually.
Right.
And I actually think that I started YouTube in the October. This was the end of August when I just come back from that year's Reading.
Yeah.
And I was a lifeguard, and I was starting at 10 o'clock. And I got in at like 22, so I was early. So I was just chatting to my supervisor because, in fact, it was 2012. So this was my first ever Reading. Best experience of my life. Like, festival for the first time. Oh, my God. Chatting to my supervisor, and 20 minutes till I start work, and there's 3 whistles. Now, I don't know what it is now, but when I was a lifeguard, 3 whistles, right? Get a load of this. It's either
Means full time.
That's what. Yeah. But it's either someone's been sick or someone's drowned. Right?
I like how they've done the same amount of whistles.
Ridiculous.
It's like a deal or no deal.
Yeah.
What one's it going to be?
So in my head, we always like, shit, 3 bells, let's go. But in my head, I'm like, here we go. Let's see how much 6 in the pool.
Yeah.
No, it was the other one. And basically, this little girl drowned. She was 4.5, and it was absolutely surreal. We pulled her out, and she was blue, eyes sunk. Like she was gone, and everyone had something to do, but I wasn't supposed to be there yet. So one guy's gone to phone the police, ambulance. Supervisors begun CPR. Another one's clearing the pool, and I'm just like stood there, and literally it's all going in slow motion. Most surreal experience of my life. And my supervisor just turns to me and just says, "You're going to have to comfort the mother," right? Now, this put a whole new perspective for me because on of all things acting, right? Because you see in films and stuff where someone dies and then the family are like crying and stuff. Like nothing, no Oscar performance can do justice to what I saw, and more importantly, what I heard. Like I can still hear it now. It's horrific. Just that mother, the intensity of the shriek was just literally blood curdling. Like it was awful. And it's like, how? I mean, I put my arm around it, but it's like, what on earth can you do in that situation? And meanwhile, my supervisor's still doing the CPR, and it's going on and on and on.
What? And she's not coming around. She's not coming.
She's not coming around.
Fuck's sake.
And like I say, it's so bizarre. Like this I say it's going on and on and on. This could have been 30, 40 seconds, but in my head, this is just slow motion. It's unbelievable. And then we got her back. But, in films and stuff, it's like, no. The best way I can describe it is like, it's almost like, you ever seen The Grudge? I was like,
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like literally the smallest amount of oxygen coming out of the lungs. It was absolutely awful, and we had to like maintain that until the paramedics came. And then they got all the oxygen on her and stuff. And fortunately, she made a full recovery. But that was something else. Like they're also going from such a high. It was literally the best weekend of my life to the worst moment of my life. One day apart.
Yeah.
And like that was just
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How did they discover that she was drowning?
So basically to map out the scenario, I mean they've since put like a little gate up and stuff because how it's all laid out was all wrong. So you got the main swimming pool, which is like a rectangle, deep end, and then the baby pool was maybe 10, 15 feet from the deep end. And what's happened is the little girl was in the baby pool with her mum, and the dad was in the main pool with the little baby just swimming around. The mum's got out of the baby pool to go and put something in her bag, and she said, like, stay here. The little girl has seen her dad in the other pool, walked across. The lifeguard's obviously looking in the opposite direction, which at the end of the day, we're all human. You know, you're scanning and stuff, but and she's just walked straight in the deep end, gone straight under. And it's been like a minute or whatever, and this little boy is swimming around with goggles, and comes up and says, "Oh, to his dad or whatever. Oh, dad is." I can't remember. He either said there's a little girl or there's a doll at the bottom of the pool.
Oh, fuck.
And then the dad obviously pulled her up, and then the lifeguards, and then pulled her out, and all the rest of it. But I mean, fortunately she made a 100% full recovery. There was a police investigation. I was not part of it because I wasn't even supposed to be on shift. But no, the only thing that was really at fault was the layout of the pool and the fact that no one assumed that something like that could happen.
Yeah.
You know, but I have to say one thing was every single Monday as a lifeguard we'd have lifeguard training, CPR first every Monday. Why are we doing this? We know this. Why are we do? And you know what? When it actually happened, everyone knew exactly what to do. There was no question. Yeah, obviously, because I wasn't supposed to be there. I was like, what on earth? Because I didn't. Everyone was assuming their roles, and there was never in lifeguard training. Oh, by the way, you have to support the mourning mother. You know, that's never what anything would do. But yeah, thanks to the training constantly. So if there is any lifeguards out there, I know how much of a ball ache the training is. But if it ever happens, it's just ingrained.
Now.
Also, I do not think, and this is not me patronising, right? Because I was probably like 17 at the time. 16-year-olds should not be lifeguards because there was a lad there. I won't say his name, but he was 16, and I know for a fact for a number of years that colossally fucked him up. Because I'm not being funny. There's some 16-year-olds that are really, they're way ahead of their time. There are others that a bit immature or a bit childish, or and that kind of responsibility is ridiculous.
At that age,
100%.
I think
100%.
just seeing an infant or a baby or anyone limp
Horrific.
would fuck me up for a long time.
Let alone
because that is
blue,
not natural.
Eyes sunken.
Yeah.
That was the eyes were sunk, man.
Really?
But just the. Oh man, but yeah, even when you get that moment like, oh, the CPR's worked, it's like there's no massive gasp.
Yeah,
it's so soft.
Shaken.
It's
did you get to go home for the rest of the day?
Yeah, we did, and it's really random because the holiday camp I was working at, basically my mum's got an allotment. This is all linked, I promise. My mum's got an allotment, and obviously police car, ambulance, all drove past, and even though she had no reason to think that it was going there, she thought, oh, that's a bit, I'll just go check where it's working. And she drove up there, and obviously they were all there and stuff. And this was after it happened, but we were all in the general manager's office being, talked to about it all and that. And we were told, obviously, take the day off. To be fair to them, they were like, we'll get you a counsellor in line if you want to talk to anyone, blah, blah, blah. And so my mum saw me coming out of the general manager's office. She was sat in the car park, and I explained everything to her. I was in bits. Obviously, it was very
traumatic,
extremely. And we're all walking back to get our stuff from the swimming pool, and there's holiday makers stood outside the swimming pool, kicking off because we're closing the pool for the day.
Fucking hell!
Yeah.
Proper
I understand
cunts.
you're on holiday, but I just watched someone nearly die.
Yeah.
Can I have the day off, please?
Yeah. And who the fuck's holidaying in fucking Yarmouth?
That's the worst part of all of it. I literally.